Sure. Thanks for having me on, Todd. So yeah, we joined RX about 3 years ago. It's actually 3 years ago this week we joined, and I had never experienced residual income. I've always had a W-2 job where you work, you get paid. If you don't work, you go hungry. So, the thought of having a residual income was really intriguing. So we invested and spent the time building a team, and it built, like you said, over 2.5 years or so, and would gradually increase. But the right pieces came together over the last probably 6 weeks, and our checks have doubled or tripled and been that way consistently. And week over week, they're gaining, they're increasing. And you're right, it couldn't have happened at a better time because I did have triple bypass surgery due to issues with stents. And when when you go from working full time to being on short-term disability, it's not much income. It's not your 100% of your pay. It's like 40% of my pay is what I'm getting paid from disability. So the residual income has taken over, because it's increased so much over the last 6 weeks. It's made up the difference, and more than the difference of what I'm missing from not being able to work. So yeah, God's timing is everything, and I fully believe He put this in our lives. I tell people, and I was telling them before the heart attacks we had, that He answered prayers before we knew we needed to pray them. So it's just been a huge blessing. My only regret is I didn't know about this 9 years ago or 10 years ago when RX was founded, and get in Todd's back pocket then and start growing a team, 9 or 10 years ago. But one of the best decisions we ever made. And then from a team standpoint, it's so rewarding watching people get healthy and create another income stream. So just a total blessing, Todd.
Yeah, technology's come so far. The older couple you see there, they're not a couple, by the way. It was they're just friends, but they are both 75. And the lady was already in the business. That's her daughter, Susan, across the table from her. But she brought the gentleman there who's 75. And he's ordering all kind of stuff. So that's David and Susan putting the orders in on the phone over lunch. And the girl down there at the end joined that day. Just a great lunch. But anytime people's paychecks are growing, it's the greatest thing about network marketing is no one can do this by themselves. It is always, I think that's maybe why I think football coaches are good at this for two reasons. One, we know how to lose and get back up the next day. I think so many people in life have never figured that out. They've had a 30-year job or whatever it is, and they've just never been hit in the forehead and had to get up. When you lose a football game, whether it be Friday night or Saturday, just ask the Texas A&M fans right now. You are hard on your coach and your players. And if you don't learn how to deal with that and get back up and fight again, man, it can put you in a funk in a hurry. So football coaches learn how to lose, more important than winning. But the other thing that football coaches know how to do is they know how to build a team. And that's what David is doing now in Alabama. These are two brand new people, brand new to network marketing, brand new to technology. Neither one have ever been on a Zoom before. They both, or at least Ava doesn't even have internet that worked at her house to do this. I'm hoping she found some place to get here. But in less than a month, maybe slightly more than less than 40 days, maybe it's between 30 and 40 days, Ava has signed up 10 brand new brand partners in the system, $29, 200 points. She's also lost 2 pant sizes. I couldn't get a before picture out of her, but that was her Thursday night. Ava, were you able to join us? Is she here, Aunt?
Yes, she's here.
Okay. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay, Ava, we know you're a stay-at-home mom. Your husband, Michael, drives a truck over the road, and you wanted a income from home. Tell us a little bit about it.
I did. Of course, I eventually want to retire him. When I joined, like I said, to retire him. And I had the best advice on a 3-way call. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing my morning walk this morning. Kim told me to go in swimming, be consistent, and just go in swimming. And that's what I did. I just jumped in and started swimming because I had one goal in.
And
sorry,
what a lot of us are wondering is how have you brought that many new brand partners so quickly? Kind of how are you doing it? Is it social media or phone calls, meetings? What's your process?
Strictly social media. I just build customer relationships with them. And then, of course, everybody wants to get healthy and they see my journey and they ask me what I'm doing. And I tell them the benefits from it, and they want in.
So Ava, is that Facebook, Instagram, and are you just putting health posts? Tell us a little bit about how you do that.
Yes, sir. It's Facebook and Instagram, and I just put up health posts. I put up lifestyle posts, my journey, and I do a lot of hashtags, especially on Instagram.
So are some of the people that you've sponsored, are they people that you did not know? Are they friends? Or are they a little bit of the cold market too?
Some of them are friends and family members, and there's a couple that I did not have them on Facebook. Someone else showed them, and they got in contact with me.
Wow! And what could you share? How many times a week do you think you're posting?
I at least try to post something every day, whether it's, a lifestyle post, something about my child, just something at least every day.
And then last question, what is your follow-up method with them? Like once you make your post and they make a comment, tell us how you get that into the system as a brand partner.
I ask them if I can send them a PM, and most of the time they tell me to send them a message, so I do. And I let them know I sent them a message, and then we go from there and we start talking. At first, I'm just friendly conversation with them, and then I go into what, the question they ask, and then they ask a lot of more questions, and I just answer the questions.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but sponsoring 10 brand partners in the amount of time frame you've been in the company is special. Not everybody does that, and congratulations to you. It's big time. You and Michael should be very proud.
Thank you so much, and happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you so much. Okay, sitting next to her, there's a little competition going on between these two people, both brand new. As a matter of fact, I kind of life at BJ and Perry, because the first night I met them, BJ, she's the wife, she wanted Perry to lose a little bit of weight, and so they got on the transformation pack, and she asked right in front of about 40 people that night, could he still drink scotch every night? It kind of sparked a little. Now, good thing they didn't ask you, Chris, because I know what your answer would have been. But I said it would probably be better if you didn't, but Chris would have said, heck yeah, I'll do a double.
Oh.
But Perry and BJ, they've actually sponsored 12 now in their first 30 days. And kudos to Michael, who they sponsored over in between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, because Michael works at a nuclear engineer plant, and he's got them all caught up on social media, their back office. I think maybe Michael even puts in most of the reps for him at this point. But yeah. BJ, can you and Perry kind of share your journey here? How did you get started, and how have you gotten 12 new brand partners in your first month?
Yes, I saw David's pictures from Orlando, and I've been following David a year. I took David's senior portraits back in 1989. So I followed him for a year, and finally I said, what is your product? He said, I'll message you if you don't mind. I said, yeah, I do. He messaged me, and I said, have you got something for weight loss? I am tired of Perry getting all this stuff in the mail and nothing working. So he told me, yes, they do. He invited us to a meeting on Thursday night. So I told Perry, don't make no plans. We're going. We went. We were amazed at all the people that did their testimonies, and we were sold that very night. We said, sign us up. So he did. And then I began feeling a lot better, taking the MOA and the Renew. He started doing the Slender Drops. He started losing weight week by week. He lost. And then I started sliding on a sliding board with my grandson one day. And I will be 70 years old in January. And the week before, I couldn't even climb up those sliding steps. So I posted that on video, on Facebook, and just said, I couldn't do this last week. Then I had over 200 views, and people started messaging me and asking me, where'd I get my energy from? And I did get a few customers, off of that, and signed them up. Then the next week I posted Michael posted a picture of me, I think on a tire swing. Of course, my daughter said, Mom, get off of that. I can just see you breaking every bone in your body. And I told her I can do it. So I did. But I am a face-to-face person. I like to see people. I get excited when I tell them about it. I saw one yesterday in the grocery store, and I sent her all the stuff last night. I haven't seen her since the 70s, but anyway, maybe she'll watch the videos and stuff. And that's how I am. I just tell people how excited, and they see me. And I went to church one day, and was there on that Sunday, went out to the cemetery, and a girl asked me, said, how'd I look so good or whatever? And then I started telling her about it. So we sat down in her car at the cemetery, and I signed her up. And she said she's feeling so much better. She was a little depressed, wanted to lose weight, but I'm just more of a one-on-one person. I just like to see them face to face and just tell them about the products. I always keep some stuff in my purse so I can pull it out, show them how, natural it is. And that's how we do our stuff. It's like planting, it's like a garden. I plant the seed, and then later, I start watering it until it starts to grow. And then they say, hey, sign me up. That's how I do it.
Incredible. I've watched you in action. I know you've always got paper applications there with you, writing stuff down. David, do you want to add anything or ask them a question? Because I know that these two couples, or a couple, and it is two couples. Michael's just not with us this morning. Ava and Michael, and Perry and BJ, they've added about 25 new brand partners to your organization this month, and all because of some posts you put out there. Do you want to add how all that occurred?
Sure. They both came to us off of lifestyle posts, not product posts. Ava got up with Amy and asked her, she says, I know you're doing something, but I don't know what it is. Can you tell me? And so we shared with her, and she joined us. And then the same thing with BJ and Perry. They saw the lifestyle down in Orlando, and BJ reached out to me. She said, okay, I've got to know what you're doing. And so that's what kind of got their attention. But right out of the gate, both of these wanted to know how to be successful. And Kim's advice and my advice to them, about the same time, me and Kim were on the same page, is we told them, look, just jump in and with your excitement and channel that to sharing this opportunity with people. Don't wait. A lot of people would get in and they want to wait a month or so to see how the products work. Well, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of testimonies already showing the products work. So use your excitement and just share with people. And they did that right out of the gate from day one. And that's a huge part of their success, is being coachable and listening to people to guide them through this, because they're both brand new, as I was. And you have to listen to your upline that's successful. And when you do that, it's duplicatable and you become successful.
Yeah. Perry, did you want to add anything? I don't want to go to the next person before.
I want to a little bit in here. Listen, this here is a full-time job. She stays busy at it. On the phone and off the phone 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So, I mean, she's trying.
What tell them about your weight? You feel better?
I feel a whole lot better on this mower. I mean, I got more energy. I get up and I'm ready to go. This morning's a little rough. I slept a little harder last night, but I'm coming alive today, and
You're losing weight.
I'm losing weight. I feel like a little bit of scotch, in case you wanted to know there, Todd. But I quit smoking about 10 years ago, so I'm not going to give everything up I like.
Hey, Perry, you said something there that I think maybe is the answer, and that is she works really hard at it. And there's never a secret. You got to put, if you're going to get something out of something you really want, it's going to take some energy, some effort, and some consistency.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you what,
I want to say
I'm just super proud of you guys. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Terry. Go ahead.
I want to say one more thing is when she gets a text from one of the customers saying how well they're doing, man, that makes you feel real good. It's
It
awesome.
really does.
You know, we don't even think about making the money, but
We're helping people.
we're helping people and other people are feeling good. And that's what's, you know, to us is really important.
Yes, it is.
And you know, Perry, you just summarized our whole business model. That's all for this to work, we have to help people improve their finances and improve their health. One can't go without the other. If we're not doing that, our business doesn't grow. So kudos to you guys, and just so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
The next person there in, thank you. The next person there in South Alabama that's making some noise is Wanda. We're going to go in just a second to Ed in South Carolina, who she sponsored through a TikTok post, who's also put in right at 10 people his first month. Pretty crazy things going on here. But Wanda, we finally are going to be launching Nigeria. We're going to be putting this out on social media when we finish, but there is a South African Zoom coming up Monday, or maybe Tuesday. Wanda can tell us for sure if you do have people that direction. But Wanda joined us not too long after she had been widowed, and she was one of just those sweet, lovely people that showed up at the meeting. She was not a Eva or a Perry or a BJ. She did not sign up 10 people her first month. She started slower, but she heard someone speak about opening up South Africa, and she knew Nigeria was coming. So she hopped on LinkedIn, and you got to be on there all night because of the 12-hour difference. But she has approximately 500 people ready for the green light to go live here next week or the next week in Nigeria. Wanda, do you want to share that?
Sure. God is good. That's all I can say. Actually, thank God for good mentors like David and Kim and you. David told all of us Nigeria is going to be opening up to sign people up. You need to put an ad out. And I said, well, David, I don't know anything about that. He said, LinkedIn. And so I thought, Lord, you know how I am. I don't know how to do this. So please help me. So all I didn't do a flashy ad. They don't like that. I didn't do a boastful ad. I'm not that way. I did a truly honest, simple, and humble ad and let them know I was looking for international partners to grow a business. And I said, Lord, just send me one good leader. I got 3. Now I have 4. So you just got to be honest when you put stuff out there, because so many people have been scammed that they're looking for the scam, but they're also looking for honesty. But let me tell you something. If you want to grow a team, just like some others have said, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning every morning because that's when they were awake. The first conference I went to, I was over there in the corner, and David can attest to this, signing people up all through the conference. I had my notebook standing over on the side, signing people up. I signed up 100 that weekend. So it takes perseverance. It takes patience. And most of all, as you grow, you need to start building that confidence that you don't normally have when speaking to people. And I thank God that I've had good mentors. They kept me going through the rough times.
And Wanda, we kind of made it a joke. We had no idea this guy was going to become a superstar, but after you got so good on social media, we started calling Ed your TikTok boyfriend. But come to find out, this guy is a superstar. So let's introduce Ed real quick, who's now joined you in Manning, South Carolina. And let's hear Ed's story from both a getting well with our products and he's sponsoring people all over the country, putting in basically a brand partner a day.
That's right.
Ed, you want to tell us? Go ahead. Why don't you can introduce him and Ed, fire away.
Well, y'all, this is Ed Hodge. I met him on TikTok. I liked his scriptures he posted on there. I liked his, what can I say? He's charismatic. That's all I can say. We started talking and he started talking more about what he had been through. And all I said was, Ed, I really think I have something that will help you. And Ed Hodge, you take it from there.
Well, I want to thank God, and I want to thank Wanda and David and Todd. I want to thank all of you. The journey started for me being a nuclear engineer and a nuclear inspector on October of 2020. And they told me that I had stage 4 prostate cancer and I had 4 months left to live. So come February, that's the bad part about cancer is the radiation. So August the 20th of last year, August the 20th, 2021, that was my last treatment. Thing about radiation is it takes 6 months for you to feel the bad to it. And I caught that COVID in February also. So this led me to be 169 pounds, as you see in that picture with the green t-shirt on. So never giving up hope. And then May, we had a tent revival in Summerton, South Carolina. And that was the part where I went in there with a cane. I come out of there, I threw the cane away. And June, I met Wanda and I got started with the products, Renew and Rejuvenex and some more. And I noticed right away that there was this change in me. Well, with prostate cancer, you go from extreme to extreme. And this product, when I started in June, by August, went to the August the 28th, that Wednesday before the 28th, I signed up. And I wanted to tell everybody what this product had done for me. And you can look the after picture, and here I was getting my beard trimmed in the black jacket and going from where I was at to grieving that person dying to having hope through Jesus, and then through these products. The Renew, I just can't tell you, when I go into the men's meeting, we have some locker room talk. It works, man. And mostly for me, what's helping me to sign this up, people see the joy, they see the smile, they see the enthusiasm. And I'm fired up all the time trying to get people to like understand this. It's like God is good, but this product is God sent. And I really want you guys to try it. And like, there is so much stuff I have got out. If I don't keep up, I got a legal pad of people that's trying it this week. So David, we're going to get busy next week. Okay. But anyway, this is the cross that I hope you guys can see this. This is the cross. And there was 45 radiation treatments. That takes a toll on your mind, your spirit, and your body. But this product has got me to working out again. Not very much, walking 3 miles a day, riding my bicycle 5 miles a day, and just energy, stamina, and hey, I'm even cleaning my house again. So I mean, you know, it's not a game changer. It's a life changer. And these things that doctors do to you to make you well, and if I'd have knew about these products, I probably never would have done that, but I will never stop taking it. I don't care what the doctors say, but you know, the regeneration of the cells. And here's another thing, the Rejuvenex, that was one of the better products, because you need every ounce of your brain when you're in the nuclear field to be observant, to notice stuff. And that's the one thing about the Rejuvenex. It actually got rid of the brain fog that you get from the radiation. The brain fog is it will kill you. You can't even remember how to drive back home. My daughter had to drive me. I'm going to plug in for Laura, my daughter-in-law. She took me to my Tuesday morning Shoney's meeting with the ministers. I've been going for a little over a year, but she took me there when I was walking in there with a cane, and now I've got like 5 of those fellows are on 5-day product right now this week. So I'll know Thursday, and I know most of them's like, I saw one at the Ace Hardware store, and he walked up to me and he says, "Are you Ed Hodge or Ed Hodge's younger brother?" And I said, "It's younger brother." But yeah, no, I said I'm doing great. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. This product is a life changer, and I don't want to ramble too much, but I do want to thank everybody, especially Miss Wanda Vines. Thank you.
And I think everybody's going to tell you when we open this up at the end, that story is so inspiring. It is a blessing from above. So congratulations, my friend. I am super happy to get to know you, and your story is just chill bumps. It's amazing. And I have one last question for you, Ed. You're all the brand partners you're signing up. You're doing that both in person and you're doing it through TikTok, both, if I understand correctly.
I'm putting out some ads, but I haven't got the ads good on TikTok yet and Facebook. I hadn't got them where I want to. I need a little bit of help there, and I'm getting some help from different ones in my upline. And but when it comes to the Shoney's meetings, I can rock the one-on-one, boss. I can, they just look at me, the joy, the enthusiasm about what I'm doing, and from where I was losing that life to this life I've got now. I mean, I live at the beach. If I'm not at the beach, I'm at the lake. And if I'm not at the lake, I've got trips planned to the mountains. And I'm coming to see you guys in Alabama.
Boy,
I love it. Thank you, Ed, for joining us this morning. And I don't know if we can top that or not, but we have one more amazing health story out of South Alabama. I met this lady because she owns the Western store in Andalusia. So long before I ever met David, this was a pit stop for me, buying blue jeans and boots and belts. And she didn't know my name and I didn't know her name, but she had checked me out at the restaurant, taken my credit card a number of times. And all of a sudden she showed up at a meeting one night, and she looked a little bit bigger than she did in that left picture when she showed up at that first meeting. But I think it's 115 pounds later. Miss Betty James has dropped that now on the transformation pack. And Betty's another one that was not Zoom savvy, so very nervous about getting with us this morning. But Betty, have you been able to make it on board?
no, she didn't, I guess. Click the mute. Oh.
Well, Betty, if you are there and are unable to mute, we just want to tell you congratulations again. An amazing journey. And David, I did hit that right. It's 115 pounds. I don't want to sell her short. Maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah, Todd, she did. She's lost 115 pounds. And when I met, I'll tell a little bit about her story since she's having difficulty getting on. But when I met her, her life had hit a place where her mind was ready. And that was a big part, is having the correct mindset. And I told her how we could help her, just shared the transformation pack. And she bought in, listened to what we said, and strictly weight loss. That's what she was here for, was health. And she'll be the first to tell you she wasn't always compliant with the food list. She likes to go out and have a good time. We all do. She's a good friend of ours. And but she's been consistent, and she's always gotten right back on the products. And over a little over a year's time, the results been she's lost 112 pounds. Or 115 pounds, while still enjoying life. She hasn't beat herself up over it and stayed on a strict diet. She knows that she could have lost more had she been really strict with the food list. But, when Thanksgiving and Christmas comes around, you're going to enjoy time with your family and all the good food. But now she's transitioned that into, she's interested in the business. And so she's putting me and Kim in front of people. And so now we're starting to grow her a business off of her transformation story. And I really think she's just enjoying helping people that are in the position she was in a little over a year ago. So great lady, great story, and just blessed to have her have her with us, Todd. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. And guys, I will tell you, life will give you exactly what your mind tells you to give you. And I just want to reiterate that the last 60 days, this group in South Alabama have put in over 100 brand partners. They have just absolutely exploded. Everybody's paychecks are doubled, tripled, quadrupled. Amazing, amazing things. Cannot congratulate everybody in that whole group enough. Just absolutely fantastic. We're going to switch gears for our last 20 minutes, and we're going to go to the absolute superstars of Canada. They are always the life of the party at our convention. Some of you that are newer don't know them because they've been COVID locked out for the last 24 months, but we finally have got all those rules dropped, and they'll be back with us. They hop on out there in Alberta and Saskatchewan and all those different places on the West Coast every Saturday. Marlene and Deb, it's 7 a.m. their time. They never miss. But Deb, you guys just all made the track down to Utah with the Limu group of wonderful people who also add life to the party. Y'all are both all superstars. But you guys got to meet Darren and John and get the vision of the new ownership of the company and where we're headed as a debt-free $300 million company. And it just gives me chill bumps. So I'm going to unshare the screen and turn it over to you now, Deb, and you can bring up all of your guests.
Wow, that was amazing, you guys. And who has 100% belief in our products and what we have, right? Wow, we changed lives. And I'm going to listen to this again because I was really overwhelmed by all the stories and I can never hear it enough. And but what about the business? Well, some of you are just rocking your business no matter what. But a lot of us wanted to go trains, planes, automobiles to get down to Salt Lake City to have certainty on an uncertain world. And I'm not sure that you guys are aware, but 3/4 of our Canadians can't get over your border yet. If we're not vaccinated, we cannot come into the United States. So all these beautiful people that couldn't come, we had to go represent them. And TL, my upline, I know it was killing you not being there because you like to be one of the first, but you were with us. You were all with us in spirit. And I'm seeing all these beautiful faces that came 16 hours in a vehicle. And these were not all spring chickens. Some were in their 60s and 70s and traveled 16 hours in a vehicle to get there. Some people paid $2,000 to $3,000 for an airplane ticket to get there. So it wasn't something that was by whim. It wasn't something that was easy. It's something that we knew we had to do. And we wanted, when you have certainty, you have confidence. And when you have confidence in what you do, you're unstoppable. And we just needed to know where we were going. Well, I just want to share just a little bit about Darren and John. Sometimes everybody maybe that don't know everything that's going on, you pinch yourself and go, it's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. These people are too good to be true. So not only did I pinch my hand, I actually pinched them. I needed to know that this was real, that this was going to be, I brought in my niece, I brought in people to this business, and I've told them this is it. And I needed to know that this is it. And I want to tell you a really short story. I've been working for over 35 years in the corporate world and in this business combined. And so it's not my first rodeo. And so I've worked for the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'll never forget, I want to tell you about one of the good. In a corporation, I joined this business, this company that was really amazing in Canada and actually grew into the United States also. So I heard about the owner. I heard about what he believed and how he treated people. And I heard it, but I needed to experience it. And I got involved in this company and I felt it. I felt it right through and through. And so I worked really, really hard. We had a conference in Toronto and they said, you'll see him. You'll know when he comes in the room. And there was 350 people in that room. And you could feel when that person walked in a door, it felt like a light. It felt like a brightness was over there and you could hear the hub of the room as that person came in the room. I knew this was special. I knew that you only meet people like this once in a while in your life. And so before you know it, I felt this tap on my shoulder, and he'd come over to meet me. I'm just from a small town of 40,000 people, and I joined the company a year before, and I'd done really well with the business. And he came to say, thank you, Debbie Schneider. Thank you for all your hard work. Congratulations on being one of the top retail stores in Canada. I know you're going to be #1 next year. And I'm like, oh, well, wow. So not only did he walk the talk, he made everyone feel special. Here's what happened. 2 years later, when that man left the company and retired and sold it off to another company, guess what happened? All of the people that worked 14-hour days, 7 days a week, they weren't on management's, they weren't on salaries, but they were family. So they worked so hard because they loved it. It wasn't work. And to have that experience and to see the transition, what we have right now, you guys, are owners and executives in our office that are exactly that way. They're working 14-hour days, 7 days a week. I see a message just came in from Christine. It's Saturday. It was her birthday this week. It should be a birthday weekend, right? If we were in the corporate world, and most people would just be taking the weekend off. But what you have attracted into your life because you're here and you stuck with it is truly incredible. Darren and John, I'm seeing all the faces that were there. We got to sit there and listen to them. John doesn't speak much. He actually observes and he listens. And when we were first there on our first day with 12 of us in a room, he just wanted, yeah, look at them. They're just amazing, amazing leaders. They just wanted to hear our voices and what we were worried about. So I just want to tell you, put all your little baggage, we had to do this, of all the past about how the website doesn't work very well and it's hard to enroll and this and that. And no, I wish this had happened and all of this, put it to the side, because what you have in front of you are two amazing leaders attached to executives that are so all in that it's a game changer. And what we heard, you're going to hear from a couple more people in a minute. We heard they're the real deal and that they're not just going to be words, that they really care, that they've invested a lot of money, but heart into this business. Because you can be an investor and you can just put your money in, but they put their heart in. And when you put your heart and your life in, it's huge. Todd is showing you something you never want to miss this call. Todd, your name was brought up about you always share the secret before it's time. I'm that gal too. And so I'm going to share a little bit. Have you ever wished you were the first? TL got to be the first in Ucerity. And we all went, wow, if we'd ever had that chance, but she represented us. We didn't know about the company. What if you get on this call and you see that you could actually be the first of this amazing company that's moving forward? Don't miss this call. Make sure every single person on your team, everybody gets to this call, because I think what you're going to hear is what we heard. It's an update call, and it's going to really put you in the driver's seat, right, Todd? It really, really is. We got so much certainty out of there that we're working it. We're working it. You know, you don't think you're holding back, and then you realize the floodgates open, and it's like, wow, all these people just pop up because you can now be creative and you feel certain about the future of where we're going together. So I'd love to bring on a few people just to share their opinions, because it was something that it's called Sleepless in Canada now. And I think it's going to be sleep. It's a good thing we have Renew, Beauty, Rest, all of those things, because there's no way I'd be sleeping. But I would love a good friend of mine, business partner. She's gone through a really hard time lately. Her father passed away last week. But Sloan decided I'm going. My dad would want me in Utah. I got to go. So I would love Sloan Fisher to come on and share a little bit about her thoughts, because I know it was a game changer for her too.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Deb. Yeah, it was Deb Schneider. If it wasn't for her encouraging me, because I really didn't feel like going because of my circumstances with my dad, but she just kept saying, remember when New Sarity just started, and what if you had to miss that? And I went, okay, I got to be there. And I'm so thankful and grateful to everyone who put that event together. Brent Palmer, Tracy Turnberg, like they had stepped it up to make sure it happened, and of course all the executives that were there representing. But I had to know this is all I do. I do this full time. I've done this full time for almost 12 years now, and this is my future. This is my family's future. So I had to know who's running the ship now. Like I couldn't just leave my life to just anybody. And it was a real decision that I felt that I was going down there to make. And I wrote some words down this morning about these men, because Darren and John, what I'm going to say is trust. And I know Brent Palmer, and if you can go back and listen to his call he did the other day about trust. If you can't trust who you're doing life with, who you're doing business with, you're not going to feel it in your heart. You're not going to be able to talk about it to people, because there's always going to be this waiver, right? And so what I've got to say about these men is trust, integrity. Their integrity is 1,000%. Just hearing their stories and where they've come from and how everything in their life has aligned them for this moment. Sacrifice, what they did for us, and you'll hear about it, and I'm not going to talk about it because I'll probably cry. It was a sacrifice, a commitment. What I loved about them is they answered the hard questions. They had some hard questions. They opened up the floor. They didn't know what these questions were going to be, but they answered them, and they answered them from their heart. And they didn't, well, we're not really sure. They had the answers. They don't have all the answers put together, but their commitment was so huge that they didn't waver on those answers. I love their background. I love the fact that John Wadsworth's been a network marketer for 25 years. He's not just, run the companies. He's been in the field with us. And I asked him some questions about, what would you do if you were us? Because he's been there, right? And then Darren having the business experience that he does. I feel 100,000, I'm going to add that, % sure about who we are, where we're going, the vision. And I feel like I can leave my life and my family's life and the legacy of everyone here on this call in their hands. And that's not a light statement, because we've been through a lot. We've changed companies many times, from New Sarity to RX to New Age, and now like 4 times, right? So you kind of get a little bit, sidetracked sometimes, wondering, is this the real deal? But 100%, I'm so blessed. I'm so happy I was there. I feel for those that couldn't get there, and that's okay, because you're going to learn more and more and more as you hear from these gentlemen and the executives, and Cam and Ian, and they're still all here. And that's what I love too. And Deanna, they're here, and they're here to help us. And that's all I heard. Servant leadership. We are here for you. We are here for you. We had a circumstance yesterday in our business. Deb said, get a hold of Cam. I'm like, Cam? He's running the world. Why would he listen to me today, right? He's so busy. Do you know, I emailed him and heard back from him via text and email and a voice message in 5 minutes. What does that show you? These guys are here for us. So thanks so much, Deb Schneider, for having me here today, and Todd and Chris. And we're very, very blessed, everybody. I know.
Thanks, Sloan. Yeah, we really do. And thanks for trusting and coming. And I knew it would change your life, and your dad would want you there. And it's so important, because this is about our family's legacy, right? It really is that deep. We also took a prospect. We took someone that was looking at the business, that had been involved when we were in New Sarity, had come through the merge, and then had said, yeah, I'm going to stick with my business. And he ran with his own business. I'm not positive if he's on the call. We might have told him the wrong number, but is Dave Chakowski here? I'm not seeing him, but Dave, if you put up your hand, just let us know. We have another amazing guy. So you said the Canadian girls, well, we have some amazing men too. And so is Russell Petrie here today. I know you're working on the farm. You have a huge sale going of your mom who just passed away, her house. But I think Russell is on the call also.
He's here.
See Russell anywhere?
He's here.
Russell's with you.
Hello,
Oh, Russell.
I'm here.
So Russell, you drove down to Utah and you went down with Tina. And what was your biggest takeaway? What did you get out of there that just blew you away?
Just like a little bit what Sloan was just saying about Cam. Just they're all heart. They're real. You had a chance to talk with John and talk with Darren just for a few minutes, and their stories. Their stories as well. And to show their heart. Darren shared a fishing story about one of the businesses, and it just showed his true heart, but yeah, and it's just the excitement also of being around everyone, and just wanted to be at a place where something new was being born, something new was being created, and just the excitement around all that is just amazing.
So your biggest takeaway and your biggest goals now?
Just I don't have to worry about anything. I just have to focus on just exactly what everyone else earlier in the call is doing, is just getting out and sharing your heart with people, and just just sharing as much as you can with as many people as possible. Just have no doubt that everything on the back end is being taken care of. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You just worry about what you can control and go after it. And the other thing is, without talking about too much about the what happened with our business, but John and Darren, they did a lot of stuff. They were uncomfortable, and they had to do a lot of stuff in a short period of time, and they just took a lot of action and was uncomfortable. And that's what we have to do sometimes. We have to take action when we're uncomfortable, and you'll be quick about it sometimes. So just they led by example.
Huge. Thank you, Russell. Guys, wait till you hear Darren's story too. You're gonna love this guy, right? He's just so amazing. His story, and he's really nervous to talk. You wouldn't know because he was amazing. Dave, your iPhone, you got your hand up. I'd love you to share because you came down looking at this from a different perspective. Can you unmute yourself, Dave? Go ahead, Dave. Oh, I think we're not hearing you for some reason. Try one more time. Oh, I don't.
He's unmuted. Maybe unplug the earphones.
Unplug
Maybe there's
that.
no bad connection there
Yeah,
because
he
it's
might
showing
have
us
to
he's unmuted.
unplug the headphone.
Yes, because you'd love to hear from him.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. You can
We're
hear me.
good.
I can't hear you. So I'll go ahead. So been with the business for quite a few years actually, and stepped away for 2 or 3 years to take care of some other items going on in my life. And Deb and Sloan and actually Russell all reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and said, there's something going on, and we want to let you know what's going on. Maybe it's time for you to have another look at it. Now, I've been on the products that we have for many, many years. I've never stepped away from that. And in saying that, the goal in life, in my opinion, is that your family doctor doesn't know your name. And these products definitely do that for you. So when I heard what was going on with New Age and RX and all the bad things going on, we could call them bad. I actually, at first look at it, said, this is actually really good. This is a new beginning for the company, for everybody that's involved with it. And in my case, for me, I looked at it like this. if you're 15 years old and your family has to move to another town and you're in high school and family moves and you show up the first day at your new high school, absolutely nobody knows who you are. And you get to be whoever you want to be at that point. Everything that's happened in your past, good or bad, is really in your past. And that would be a new beginning. And this company is going through that transition. We're going to have a new name. We got some products that we all know, and we've got all the systems in place, and those are good things, but we get to reinvent ourselves. And I decided that that is something I want to do. So I packed up my stuff, moved with the family, so to speak, and here I am in my new high school starting this week. And I'm really looking forward to what's coming for us. And I got to say, I'm listening to all of the stories and testimonials and the great accents. I know you probably think we've got accents, but you guys have got great accents. It's good to be back in the fold. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, hey, please don't let South Alabama accents contaminate the whole United States. They're very unique there.
We don't have an accent, Todd. I mean, I'm just Tennessee, but we don't even have an accent. I don't understand. We don't. But the fun part about Saturday mornings is when we jump into South Africans and we got people from Ireland on, and it's like, and I'm thinking, okay, I would never believe this little Southern boy would have all these people from all these accents. I think that's part of the family. It makes it amazing. We're so diverse, but we all have a common goal. Back to you, Deb. We interrupted you there. You're about to go with something else. So.
I was just going to say back to you guys, we could actually go on hours. You have to be on that call next week. This is something it's a once in a lifetime opportunity that you get to really go to the next level. Don't miss it. Get your ducks in a row, talk to your mentor, be ready, because we're a startup company at 300 million debt-free. Do you know in the industry? Probably not one will match us, and we're in 60 countries. So don't miss this. Take a screenshot. If you work that day, figure out how to be on this call. But back to you guys, and thanks for allowing us to share. We are jacked up.
And take a screenshot.
Yeah, Chris,
go ahead, Todd.
I was going to say 3 big events, and I'll go to Level Up and MOA Challenge and put these out right now, but 3 big events. This is the biggest of all, the one you're seeing now. This will be the new company launch. I don't think they'll have a name yet, but they'll kind of talk through all that. You'll have the African launch coming up first of the week also. We've got that flyer and info. I'll put that out there. And then if you are anywhere in the central United States, you'll have Chris Doyle, Brent Palmer, Richard Tuggle, Sandy McFarland, and a number of really great superstars at a in-person Super Saturday in Hot Springs, Arkansas on November 5th, which is next Saturday. So 3 big things coming up, lots of great things going on. And what a morning, Chris. I know Chris has kind of been quiet this morning because he had mouth surgery, but it was one of those mornings, Chris, where you and I didn't need to say a word. It's just been jaw-dropping all day.
Yeah, it's a great morning for me not to have to talk because I still got stitches in my mouth, so I have a stutter. But it has been, and we've had so many great stories. He mentioned my names get running together. But our men's call, and what was the guy's name that Todd?
Ed
Ed
from South
such
Carolina.
an inspiration on the men's call. So if you want to hear Ed's story, get more detail and some other things, join in our Tuesday night men's call, and we'll talk about things we don't talk about in front of the ladies because his cancer was in his prostate gland. So he didn't say that, but I don't think he'll mind me mentioning that. So guys, what I'm going to tell you is that we had a big group on this morning. A lot of people are already getting off because we are past our time. Start promoting these events. That Friday Zoom, though, may be the most important Friday that anyone's had in a long time. Deb, thank you for being on. I really believe Saturdays, I have predicted this for some time, is going to go to 500. My room will only hold 500. And I'm going to predict before the year ends, we'll have 500 people on this call and the room will be maxed out. We hit right at 200 again today, like we did 2 weeks ago. Guys, you're in a really great position. Thanks for being on this morning, Todd. Any last words, Deb? Anything else you want to add?
and I'm sorry, the name has slipped me, but the gentleman that just spoke from Canada said the most powerful quote of the day. I'm going to repeat it. Take action when you're uncomfortable. If you wait to get comfortable, you'll never take action. That was a very powerful statement, both on what Darren and John had to do to buy the company and what we've got to do to create our future here within the company. Thank you guys for joining us. Everybody open up and thank all of our guests.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week. See you soon.
Thanks.